welcome to another Soul Sunday. As always, an important reminder, whatever we say, check in with your inner knowing what feels true for you. This session is recorded and will be on YouTube later. Today, we're exploring something that science is beginning to catch up with. Something that the Hill has been saying all along, something that mystics have known for millennia, and something you may have already felt in your own life without having words for it. Before we dive into this amazing topic, I want to leave you with a question, and we'll come back to it in the end. When did you last feel genuinely connected to another person, to nature, to something greater than yourself? And what did it feel like in your body? Hold on to it. We'll come back to it. And we have a major announcement that I'm also going to talk about in the end of this episode 29 of Soul Sunday. And people are dropping in here. Lovely to see you. Wonderful. So, last week we explored dragons, the ancient ones who never left. Yvonne took us way back before the fear, before the slaying of dragons appeared in history, and before the monster stories, to a time when dragons were guardians, teachers, and keepers of the deepest mysteries of life. And the Hill's message was very clear that dragons are real and their primordial power has awakened again, and trust that they are here for us. And here's what I want to add today. Dragons appearing across every culture, every continent, in every civilization that never spoke to each other, like Mesopotamia, China, Japan, and the Celtic world, the Americas, of course. It isn't just mythology, it's evidence of a shared field of consciousness. And the same images, it was the same archetypes, the same wisdom arising independently across thousands of years of human history. So that's not a coincidence at all. And that's the collective consciousness at work, which brings us perfectly for today's topic. I just want to share a little story. Some of you maybe heard it, but anyway, some years ago, I was out with one of my best friends. He's nonverbal autistic. I had to fuel the car, and I didn't remember the code for the credit card. And I didn't have any other options. So I was standing there at the gas station. We had to go home. I didn't know who I should call. When I hear this, feel this gentle stream, kind of warm, gentle, with words in it. And my friend, he was sitting in the car, and he said to me on a distance, telepathically, "Hey, what about you try these numbers?" I tried them, and it worked. And obviously, he had picked up those numbers sometime before when I was standing at a gas station. Like, sometimes you talk to yourself in your head or silently with your voice, like, oh, okay, 4, 5, 3, 6, whatever. Picked it up, even if it was half a year earlier, remembered it, and now he could give the code to me. So you can, of course, argue if this was a coincidence and his presence made me remember. I know the difference when I'm remembering something and when I receive something. And this was definitely receiving information in the field. Because we are not as separate as we think we are. And the field is real. The connection is real. And it's available to all of us at any time, not just for us who've been practicing telepathy for many years. It is not a very special gift, and it is our original nature. We have known it before. It's just that we forgot, and it is time to remember again. And it's not just telepathy between individuals. The collective consciousness leaves fingerprints across all over human history. I'm playing a flute of bamboo, the Kyotaku. It's an ancient Japanese of bamboo with its roots in China, developed about over 1,000 years ago. So this flute of bamboo is very special. It has a pentatonic scale, which many original instruments do have, and a specific playing technique, which is very precise. It helps you to focus. It's deeply meditative and has a healing quality. So the interesting fact is that on the other side of the planet, more than 1,000 years ago, the native Indian Hopi Indians of North America developed a similar flute with a similar playing technique, pentatonic scale, also meditative and healing qualities, just another kind of sound, of course, because it was a different kind of wood. So two civilizations across the world 1,000 years ago with no obvious contact and no shared language, no common history, what we know of. Maybe they did. So the same instrument was born from the same invisible knowing at roughly the same time. How's that? I don't think it's a coincidence. I think that's the field. When we're open to the field, relaxed, open, and communicated with it, those things happen. And I don't know if it happened to you, but I'm not dependent, that's a boring word. I use social media to, yeah, uh, work with people on the same wavelength. And sometimes I have an idea, oh, I want to post this about this topic. And if I don't do it on time, the next day, perhaps, or a week later, someone else posted something about the exact same thing, kind of precise. So it was not like out of thin air. Isn't that weird? It's not weird. The collective consciousness expressing the same truth through different hands, different voices in different countries, in different languages when it comes down to the paper. Truth doesn't belong to any one culture. It belongs to all of us. And when I play my Kyotaku flute today, I'm not just playing an instrument, I'm tapping into 1,000-year history of healing intention that is encoded in a melody that even two civilizations discovered independently. We just play different melodies, but they have the same intention. We were listening, they were listening to the same source. So it's interesting that science is starting to agree. There is a professor in Sweden, Maria Strömme, maybe you heard of her. She is, let's see here, nanotechnology and material science researcher at one of Sweden's most respected scientific institutions. And in last November 2025, she published a groundbreaking theory in a peer-reviewed journal. And her core thesis is radical and beautiful, that consciousness comes first. It's not the brain thinking something. It's not matter materializing something, or time or space. She says that consciousness is the foundation from which everything else arises. And she proposes that consciousness exists as a fundamental field of the universe, as a basic and real as gravity or energy. And if that is true, then the separation we experience between ourselves and others is not the ultimate reality. It's a filter, a temporary experience of individuality within a much larger unified field. It's like waves on the ocean, and each wave is real, and each wave is unique. They're all made of the same water. And when we die, she'd suggest that our consciousness doesn't disappear. It's a lot of S's today. I hope your speakers can filter the S's and the essence. Anyway, it simply returns to the field and the wave merges back into the ocean. And she also predicts that people in deep meditation or heightened emotional attunement will show synchronization across individuals in brain scans, a sign of shared access to the same field. We're okay with all the S's. Lovely. Anyway, where was I? The same field. Does this sound familiar to you? This is exactly what the Hill has been trying to say for years. Not trying, they have done so in many different forms. And this is what my telepathic friendships are built on. That this is what happens in this room every single Sunday. And as Maria Strömme herself says, now is the time for modern science to seriously study this. And we've been living it all the time. And here is what it means practically. When you work on your own consciousness, your personal development, you're not doing it only for yourself. You're also doing it for the collective field, for the collective increased awareness. So when you work on yourself, everyone on earth can benefit from it. Every limiting belief that you clear, every trauma that you take care of, and every time you choose trust over fear and feel love instead of contraction, when you're more present than distracted, you're not just changing yourself, you're changing the field. That's quite huge. How important and significant we are, each and every one of us. And I remember the Hill told me sometime, everybody means something to everybody. And this is why the work we do here every Sunday matters beyond these walls, beyond the screens, and beyond the people watching this right now, or listening to the recording. Yes, I love it too. It ripples outward into the collective that we're all co-creating every single second. I have a transmission from the Hill. It's from the Wisdom of Your Soul. We did use it before, but it's well worth repeating. It touches on this. They say, you are the one who creates meaning with life. You fill life with meaning with your creativity. You are the creator of everything in your life, and sometimes that can feel like pressure or like a huge question mark, and we understand that. We also have the collective consciousness that we all are dependent on and co-create all the time, every single second. This is the matrix. True or false, likable or not. This is the paradox that we're here to learn. We are one and we have individual experiences, and we each give meaning to our experiences. Sometimes it might be hard to feel it, that there is a meaning, but that's only when we've lost connection. Many have lost connection, lost in their phones, lost in the musts, lost in the stubborn programming of how things should be. And at the same time, it is easy to break free from. We're here to remind each other that the fate of our past, present, and future is in our hands, and everyone is responsible for their own life. Collectively, we create how the world appears and how it's perceived. So the question is always up to each and every one of us: how do I want to live my life? We love and honor you for the courage to be here to rediscover you, your friends, in eternity. Well, thank you. I don't know about you, but this, every time I read it, it just lands deeper and deeper. We're one and we have individual experiences. And that's the paradox and the matrix. And that is what Strömme is now saying in a peer-reviewed scientific article. And collectively, we create how the world appears and how it's perceived, which means your consciousness matters, your energy matters, and your presence in this field matters. And it shouldn't be pressure. We looked at a very nice webinar the other day, Yvonne and me, about working lighter with more ease. When we relax, it's easier to tap into the field, to tap into your inner knowing. So this is actually very empowering. You're not a passive observer of the world, and you are a co-creator of it. Every second, every thought, every choice to connect rather than disconnect. So how about experience this, not just understand it intellectually? I think we can do consciousness awareness meditation. I'm not really clear about the title yet. It appeared this morning when I was reviewing this session today. And it comes with responsibility. Absolutely, it does. So, how about you find a comfortable position if you haven't already? And we can tap into how we can experience this within ourselves. You may close your eyes if it feels safe for you, or have them slightly open. The main thing is that you stay present in your body, that you feel your feet, staying here and now. And you're invited to the remembrance field between Arcturus and Lemuria, where you just can be yourself, remembering your true essence. Between heaven and earth. It might help if it feels good for you to have your hands facing up. Still feel your feet. And take a gentle breath in and out. And again, in through the nose and slowly out through your mouth. And feel your body. Feel the weight of your body. Feel the warmth of your body. And breathe. Connect deeply with the energy of Mother Earth. You are here as an individual experience. You are a soul in a physical body in this human experience. So with each breath, begin to expand your awareness. Feel a space around your body. Feel the air touching your skin. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Breathe in and expand. When you breathe out, soften. Now feel the room around you. The walls, if you're inside. The space and the air around you. In the field and the oxygen, everyone share. On this planet, and feel that you're not alone in this space. There are others here, breathing, feeling, being present, just like you are. Connected to the same field. Different waves in the same ocean. And keep expanding gently with every breath in. And when you breathe out, just let any sense of separation soften. Let your awareness expand beyond where you're sitting, beyond any walls, any buildings. Stay in your body, grounded, while exploring this. Feel your feet while you connect with the sky, into the earth, into the field that holds all of it. Feel you're safe for yourself in your body, consciously aware that you are a wave in the ocean of consciousness with your unique being, sharing the space with other unique beings. You are individual and you are one. And in this dimension, both are real and true. So you can sit with this. You don't have to understand it intellectually. Just tap into the feeling of it. Now connect with your heart and feel what is there. Connect with your belly, your solar plexus, and breathe. And if your heart is the expression of your soul, what is your soul's contribution to the field today? Not as a doing, but as a being. What's the frequency you're choosing to radiate? Is it peace, love, confusion, without doubt or judgment? Just an honest observation, and it's okay. And you can ask for help from the field, and you can choose what you want to experience and radiate. So you're not just receiving from the field, you are giving to the field at the same time. With every breath. Can you choose the frequency that you want to tap into and the frequency that you want to radiate? So stay with this for a moment. Keep breathing. Feel your body. Feel your feet. Feel that you're anchored in yourself and that you and your soul has a connection to the collective consciousness. And you can slowly start coming back to this space. Gently coming back, wiggling your toes, fingers. Stretch your body if you want to. Slowly open your eyes if they were closed. And start noticing whatever is around you. And if you can sense a difference. And welcome back. Thank you, Helena. Wonderful messages. Thank you. Love the meditation. Very powerful. Great. Thank you. So, what frequency did you choose? What did you experience? You're welcome to share in the chat of your experience of tapping into the collective consciousness. Love and inclusion. Wonderful. So, I need to get back myself a bit. But the question I asked in the beginning, if you remember, when did you genuinely feel connected to another person, to nature, to something greater than yourself? And what did that feel like in your body? Home from Sophie. Yes. And this is a feeling that it is nice to remember. And now you had a physical experience of consciously tapping into the field. So this doesn't have to be just one nice moment. It is you touching the field, the real field, the one that is now scientifically researched, and that the Swedish Hill and many others of our friends in all over the world has been describing all the time. And the one that my autistic friend accessed when he sent me the 4 digits across invisible space so that I could fuel the car. So the connection is always available, and you don't have to earn it. You don't have to meditate for years to access it. It's about remembering that separation is the illusion and connection is the truth. And I read another book, by the way, don't remember the title right now, but there was a nonverbal autistic person. He described it that he's lowering consciously his brain waves to an alpha state. So that's why they can be so present in a room, typing on a spelling board while still checking out and communicating across the room with someone else or in another space at the same time. And for us being here right now is the question, how do we want to show up in the collective consciousness today? What am I choosing to add to the field? What are you choosing to add to the field? As I said before, when you work on your own consciousness, your personal development, you're not doing it all only for yourself. It is also for the collective field. Then we have a big announcement. Before I'm going to close, I want to share something that Yvonne and I have been working on and building together, and that feels perfectly aligned with everything we've explored today. Because the collective consciousness is real, if we truly co-create the field we all live in, then who you surround yourself with matters deeply. So we have created a community called Kindred Souls Community. It's a sacred gathering, a sanctuary where belonging is real. So our intention, if you have been to one of our 21 days experience, the intention is that it's going to be a warm, safe space. There's a lot of sensitive people coming to our groups, so I guess a lot of sensitive souls are coming. And it's held by soul guidance and sacred feminine wisdom, where you can breathe, heal, and remember who you are. And our friends on the Hill, Swedish Hill, are of course a part of it as remote mentors and influencers. SS again, bringing their transmissions and wisdom into the community field. So this is not a place where someone heals you. It's a place where you can remember to heal from the inside, because you actually hold the key to your own awakening. And you're just in a space where it's easier to do the work. and it's very profound. So, a community of people walking the same path, remembering their own truth together. So what's included is different kind of soul guidance and mentoring from me, and sacred feminine wisdom with Yvonne, and transmissions from the Swedish Hill, of course. And there are already 3 beautiful courses and meditations included that you can access. It's a 7-day free trial. So just come in, feel the feel, and see if you feel at home. There's going to be a link in chat, comment, or description. And if it resonates with you, you can just stay. If not, no hard feelings. I have the feeling that many people will feel at home. So, thank you so much for today. I'm Elof, Soul Guide for Heart-Centered Leadership, with Yvonne, Mentor of Sacred Feminine Wisdom, holding ground for us all, and the transmissions from our friends from the Swedish Hill. This space is free and will always be. If you want to contribute to the space, donations are warmly welcome. So, thank you. We love you too. Thank you, Tim. Anyway, thank you so much for today. And remember that you are a bright, shining star and a miracle and a light of eternal potential. And you're not just a wave in the ocean, you are the ocean, choosing to experience itself as a wave. And in the Kindred Souls community, you don't have to swim alone. How about that? Let your divine light shine, and know that when you do, the whole field feels it. Take care. Hope to see you soon or next week. Many blessings. Thank you.